Malala Yousafzai, a 19-year-old girl who does not fear, a young woman who doesn't let anyone take her freedom away from her. Malala lived in a town in Pakistan named Swat Valley. Her father was the principal at a girls' private school. Unlike other families in Pakistan, Malala's father thought differently about his daughter. Swat Valley was nice and quiet until the Taliban leader took control of the town in 2007. The civilians were under their rules, and if one did not obey, they would be tortured and killed. Fazlullah, the leader of Taliban, had started broadcasting his beliefs over the radio. The leader declared that girls are banned from school, and those who did not obey would also be tortured. Most were frightened because they kept their words. There had been mutilated bodies that had been out in the open for the public. Malala was the next target. Even though the leader had ordered girls not to go to school, Malala still attended. She began making blogs about her experience going back to school. On October 9, 2012, a failed assassination occurred. Malala had been shot on the left side of her head and shifted down her neck. This news had become global, and due to her condition, she had to go to Birmingham to have extensive surgery. Reporters and supporters were waiting to hear her story about her struggles to have education and peace. Malala has certainly affected the society. Everyone was moved with the ambition and strength she had. Her accomplishments have certainly helped with the awareness of what is going on in the world. Some of her accomplishments include making a speech in front of the United Nations, winning the International Children's Peace Prize, having her own fund, positioning runner-up for the Person of the Year, making her own memoir with Christina Lamb, and also a documentary named He Named Me Malala. On June 12, 2013, Malala was standing in front of many very important people on her birthday. The gathering was dedicated to Malala. The 193 members of the United Nations were honored to have Malala in front of them and speak about her journey in advocating education for girls. The UN also announced that on her birthday will be Malala Day. She also got about 4 million people to sign a petition that gets the members of the UN to finance schools, teachers, and books. On September 6, 2013, Malala received the International Children's Peace Prize by the Yemeni journalist and activist Tawakkol Karman. Karman makes a speech about Malala's perseverance and tells Malala that she is her hero. Not only has Malala moved kids, but adults as well. The Malala Fund was launched on December 10th by the UN and Pakistan. The President of Pakistan had declared that him and the country of Pakistan would donate the first $10 million. The fund is to enable girls and get educated for a full 12 years so they too can also one day make a difference in the world. This fund helps internationally to advocate to change policies for different countries for girls to have a safe education. Malala was also placed runner-up for the Person of the Year. She had become the most admired children's advocate in the world. She was nominated and received over 2,900 votes. She has now become the international symbol of peace. Christina Lamb and Malala had written the I Am Malala memoir. The memoir is about her journey to where she got and how much her father was involved in the journey just as much as her. He supported her every step of the way. It talks about her view on education and peace and also talks for those who aren't able to. Her overall message is her goal of a safe education for girls. Since some people believed that it was her father who came up with this whole idea and Malala was just the figurehead, they decided to do a documentary. It's called He Named Me Malala because he gave her the name after the heroine Malala. Malala's made her own decisions and had passion of her own, which is shown in the documentary. Malala's passion towards education really motivates us people to do what is right and fight for what we believe in. It gives us push to persevere. Malala's enemy wanted to silence her, but instead they did the opposite and gave her a bigger voice for what they did. It had become international news and everyone wanted to hear her voice. At the age of 15, Malala had accomplished a lot and is doing her best to help those who don't have education and advocating policy changes. But what she's doing not only affects who she is helping directly, but also those who want to help and the ones who have a great passion as well. A young author of the Ground Report had mentioned Malala being her hero, and because of her, she looks at education differently. And she is not the only one. Reading more about Malala's story has certainly opened my eyes and do not take education for granted. As Malala has said, we realize the importance of our voices only when we are silenced.